Hi guys, I want to make lentil soup and I want to do it in the Instapot today. I don't know if any of you have cooked in the Instapot. It's really good, it's really safe. There is such a thing as lectins, which are kind of hard for the body to process. So it kind of helps push the lectins out of everything because it's such a high pressure mode of cooking. If you don't know what lectins are totally, you can look up, say hi. You can look up Gundry, Dr. Gundry's study on that. Anyways, it's just good to, when you're working with legumes, to get all of, those gases, everything, all that stuff out of there. So Instapot, get a small one. There's small ones I need to use up. I have celery that is in desperate need of being used. I know this says to use 2 stalks. Oh yeah, this celery is about ready to run. We'll just keep on trucking. Hi, kitty. I haven't let him outside today, so he's upset with me. He usually gets to go outside. The ends are not in good shape. However, this should be okay. What I got left is fine. When I chop up celery, if I have my cleaver, I will go ahead and just try to take the parts that are flipped up towards me and cut them. And then just make sure you keep your hand like a claw and cut that up like this. And my carrots are already chopped up, so it's super easy. I love buying the string carrots because, one, you can use them in salads or anything really, because they are already cut up. I hate cutting up carrots. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I will cut up an onion all day. When it comes to cutting up carrots, I have issue. So I have to check and see if there's actually onion in this recipe. I love 1 large onion, and because I'm lazy and also I have this cut up already, I'm going to, and I do not love onion. I don't like a lot of onion, so I will use onion powder as a substitute. Like, that's enough for me. If you want a whole onion, go for it. I do need to cut up another onion for, I'm making hamburgers tonight, so I am going to do that, but later. And let's keep going. So, whoo! Oh, I forgot the kale. No. Anyways, we can use corn. We can use little peas, anything like that to replace the kale. That's not a big deal. So let's get started with sauteing. Garlic cloves. If you want to use real ones. By the way, here's my washed lentils. You just run them under the water, check for any kind of sediment. Usually they don't have a lot of stones in them. Some legumes do, like navy beans and stuff, so you gotta really be careful. But I've never found that that's had too much to go on here. I love the cleaver because when it comes to smashing anything, it gives me a really nice even space and I can get a really good smash. So just saying. All right. Hold your gosh out of there. My cat is like, I want to go outside. Why can't we go outside? Why are you always cooking? It'd be nice to be a cat because you just open a can of food and you eat it. I mean, it'd be boring after a while, but it would definitely be simple. I don't know. I like cooking. Cooking is fun. Take the hard parts out of the garlic. Throw them away. Throw them in your garbage disposal or not. I know there's different thoughts of like what you can run through a garbage disposal. Oh my God. And what you can run through a dishwasher. I always get confused. I thought you could run pretty much anything through, but I guess there are rules. So I try to follow them. Soft parts only of vegetables and things. Anyways, let's go ahead. We're gonna dice this up. Again, the cleaver is nice because we can do a nice straight cut. And by doing a straight cut, just straight down like this, the garlic doesn't adhere as much. And it also will let go eventually. And I do have some skins. Make sure you get those skins out there. At this point, since I always forget to add a bay leaf, this is just for me right now, I'm going to add a bay leaf. And upon looking at this onion, let's go ahead and cut him up because I think I need, as I realize I'm making this for like a double recipe, and double, you need to have kind of, well, more basically. That's pretty easy. That's good math, right? You can tell I've had the weirdest day today. I went and did a Pilates lesson and it was really great. But when I got out of it, I cut both ends of the onion off, by the way. That is not how most chefs do it, but I have found that this is a faster way, especially if I am on a time crunch, to get this handled. So again, onions should be okay. Yeah. Not terrible. A garbage disposal is actually very, very easy to clean out if it does get clogged. You just have to make sure that you turn the switch off. But anyways, always turn the power off. I'm gonna have this guy in here and get one good slice from a hamburger. Put that in there, and then we're gonna do fresh onion for this recipe. I have changed my mind. Let's do fresh, and let's do a good half of an onion because I just really want my friend to know that I can just, here's 1 cup of soup. I want to actually leave them with actual amount of good soup, good yield. I think they call it yield. And with onion, especially if you're not, if you're not super keen on onion, don't love it, cut it up a little finer than you normally would. I don't know what it is about this onion. I have not had to use my onion goggles. Usually I really have to throw my onion goggles on. I do not. Another really neat thing about a cleaver is when you do need to pick things, if you remove the pan, it will make that little warning noise. So let's just get our olive oil going on. Since it's soup, I want quite a bit of olive oil to start with, like 2 tablespoons. And we're just gonna go ahead. What's nice about the Instapot is it won't let you just not have the pot in there. It's gonna let you know. Boy, it's really letting me know, isn't it? Oh, okay, it stopped, good. So my veggies are in here, just spread them around, bring it up to slow heat. And I think for carrots, it says 3 or 4 carrots, and since these are gonna go bad soon, I'm gonna use most of the bag. I also want this to be pretty vegetable loaded for, health reasons. Carrots are so amazing for your eyes. Oh my God. Eat carrots for your eyes. It works. You will see a difference. Okay, and that's it. So everything's in here. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Do not skip that step. I have skipped that step. It leaves you with a very unflavorful soup. And granted, here's the sad thing about tomato paste. If you're single, or if you have not a lot of stuff to make tomato paste with, but I don't use tomato paste that much, get the type in the tube. There's a squeezable tube type that you can use. But yeah, there is nothing like tomato paste, especially if you're making a rosé sauce. You have to have tomato paste. It just has a kick, and this ability to, I don't know, kind of make everything come together and sing. All right, so 1 tablespoon. Actually, as we're doing this, I'm gonna leave this aside. I'm gonna start these sauteing because I don't wanna fry the, oh, okay, we're just gonna restart. I don't wanna fry the tomato paste because it'll sour it. So here we go. I like to use a wooden spoon. I have this one, which I love. This can be used. Ounces is how much one of these cans is. So 14 and 14 is about 30, 29, so that's good. 2 of those. Salt, what I do usually, so I avoid my bay leaf, my seasonings. This is a neat trick you can do. You can put them into the spoon, like this, and then just leave the spoon on top while everything's sauteing. I said I liked onion powder. And then bay leaf. Do not forget your bay leaf. Bay leaves add a kind of, I don't know, they cut through. If you smell a bay leaf, it's very pure. It kind of reminds me of Palo Alto. Actually cut one of these sausages out and reserve it for later, because I really like to make sausage and spaghetti. And because groceries have been so pricey lately, this is just a kind of a nice way to preserve. Just put it in a baggie. Sausages freeze so well. So put that inside of my fridge. Let's pull these out. Get these on the platter here. Chop these guys up. Now usually sausage does need to be de-skinned, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to take the tip part off this tide, because I don't like that part, and we'll just use the rest. I mean, it just depends how you like sausage. But the whole reason for buying sausage like this is to have it, stay together. You can even cook them so they stay together better while you're cutting them and the skin doesn't fall off, but I just do it like this. Okay, and I love, once again, having my cleaver because I can kind of get in there when I need to. And voila. All right, so you hear that sauteing, right? We are just going to stir this around. I'm going to dump the seasonings in there because it's almost time to assimilate the soup. All right, really get in there, mix things around. It's funny, now my eyes are starting to burn. Woohoo! You're gonna feel it, man. It's cooking for champions. Oh, I wish I remembered the kale, but you know, kale is interesting because it can get slimy. So, 2 things of chicken stock, I think will be enough. And I love to use chicken bouillon flavoring. Give it a bit more of a kick. Because soups can be so bland. And sometimes they need a kick. Oh my gosh, you gotta love my mom. She got this huge thing of chicken bouillon. Look at that. You know that's expensive, but worth it. All right, so we're almost ready. I'm so excited to get the rest of this together. Just keep stirring so that you avoid burning the garlic. And then as soon as this starts to get fragrant, you're going to assimilate everything else, okay? Do not overcook garlic. It becomes sour. It actually sours. All right, so let's brown the meat. It doesn't say that in this, but since I do have the skins on and I don't have it totally cut up, I want to give it a chance to brown just a little bit before we throw everything in, okay? And it is gonna force me to remove just some of the skin right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And you can go ahead and press down as you're doing that just to pull the skin off. But I'm gonna try to leave some of the skin on and some of the shape because I love that sausage, that nice sausage shape. That's why I bought the sausage. Ah! I am gonna clean as I go and just wipe my cleaver off. I love when I turn around and I don't have a ton of dishes to clean up. That's just me. If you wanna make a big old mess and have your hubby clean it up, amen, go for it. That's fine. They don't mind that. I am a fan of having someone cook and someone clean. I'm old-fashioned that way. Okay, so it's good. Sausage is gonna get a little bit browned. All right, and we're almost there, man. We are getting there. Oh, it looks really good. Okay, so, okay, I think this is actually really straightforward. Oh yeah, it printed the directions twice. That scared me. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't do that right. So yeah, we've done everything. Let's go ahead and add our paste at this point. Nice big scoop of that. And our chicken flavoring, because it's just important to have a little bit more oomph in this. Say about like a teaspoon. Will come off, use your spoon. It will slide off usually because it's got grease. And then we're just gonna keep on keeping on, man. Don't get scared. This is the hard part of cooking, is kind of getting in there. Sometimes you just have to get in and make sure everything is, you know, working, you know, really combining, really cooperating. Okay, very good. Almost done. No worries. Let's put in our tomatoes. 1 can. Again, these are chopped tomatoes. What I like about keeping on the saute function is that everything, including the vegetables, are still cooking and they're getting nice and soft. Not too soft, because remember, the Instant Pot, when it really starts to cook and sit in and like it really starts getting everything cooked, it's going to do most of the cooking for you. So we're just going to stir this again. Give everything a nice couple stir. Get those flavors really going in there, and then just go ahead and turn that saute function off. And now, I'm pretty sure we just put in the woohoo! This is so weird. 10 minutes for the steam. Okay. Oh, that's a slow cooker. All right, so this is for the Instant Pot. So 5 cups of chicken stock. Now, again, look at your ounces. 32 fluid ounces. Alexa, how many cups in 32 fluid ounces?
32 fluid ounces is 4 cups.
4 cups. All right, so we need 5 cups. So we don't actually need all of this. So I might not waste that bottle. Oh, by the way, I'm a huge advocate of getting everything off of the sides of my my soup. I think what we'll do is, since I have the chicken stock in there, we will go ahead and add in just 1 more cup and spare this because I don't want to use the whole thing. It's just me, you know, using up a whole thing of that is not like, I don't know. It's hard to use up all that. Okay, stir everything together. Okay, and we are so close to being done, man. I can't believe it. This is so cool. I'm telling you, I love cooking because I know that I'm gonna have this around. You know, like when I get hungry, when I get tired, I'm gonna have some soup to eat. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, put my tomato paste back in here. I am gonna save that maybe for something else. And then the best part, this is so fun, dump in your lentils. And they don't need to be soaked. They're not that kind of a bean. I honestly hate when I want to make soup and it says soak overnight. I'm so impatient. I am not the type to wait. I do not like to soak overnight. And this does need a little bit more liquid in it. As you can see, it's still pretty beefy. So when it looks like that, you know you're gonna run out of water. So let's do, hold on. I'm gonna measure this out. Let's do another cup and a little bit extra just for good luck because oh my God, I wanna make sure this is okay. All right, I have burned the bottom of the Instant Pot before because it runs out of liquid. That's usually like if you're making vegetables, steamed vegetables, make sure you put enough liquid to cover. So always listen to the ingredients exactly. You don't want to burn everything. All right, I'm so excited. So here goes the lid. Okay, this is how it works. Ta-da. And let's see. I don't think manual and set timer to 10 minutes. I didn't see a manual on here. Mine's a little different. We're gonna do high pressure cook. It already sets itself to high. And then let's do 15 minutes just because I want to make sure that this is done. And then it's going to release for 10 no matter what. But when you hear it go off, start beeping, leave alone, let it build up pressure, let it go through its cook time, and then you're just gonna let it sit. Because the last thing you want to do is outgas it. It'll get everywhere. Another tip is if you put potatoes in here and you push the steam, it will go everywhere and all the potatoes will too. So make sure that this thing just comes right back down on its own, okay? And I'll show you what this looks like. I tend to put lots of toppings on my soup, but I might not need to. And this recipe is from Meaningful Eats, okay? I'll try to link it below, but I usually can't find my links, so I couldn't for the last one, so I apologize for my muffin video. I was like, wait, that's the wrong link, but I will try to be better about that. Anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. This has been super fun. I love making stuff and cooking for you guys. It was fun. Bye bye. How to release the Instant Pot when you feel like it's done, and put a rag or something over the top just to make sure it doesn't like explode everywhere, because it can. And yeah, it's been on about 23 minutes, or it's going on 23 minutes, so it's actually not getting everywhere, so I don't have to worry about it, but just to make sure. Has a lot of pressure going on. It's just so full of like amazing stuff. Anyways, healthy alternative. You can have it with a burger. It's like a tomato soup kind of, so you can have it with grilled cheese. Just adds a little bit of protein into the diet. The sausage is amazing. It just gives everything. If you want to make it without the sausage, you can. If you want to put some kind of vegan substitute, you can. It's really, really good. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I love cooking, so I'm going to try to make more videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.